नमस्कार। आज की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं। मैं स्वागत करता हूं श्री हरदीप सिंह पुरी जी का, मिनिस्टर सिविल एविएशन, श्री प्रदीप सिंह खरोला जी, सेक्रेटरी, श्री राजीव बांसल, CMD एयर इंडिया, श्री अरविंद सिंह, चेयरमैन एयरपोर्ट अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया, श्री राकेश अस्थाना जी, DG BCAS। सर, ब्रीफिंग स्टार्ट कर दीजिए।
Thank you very much. Along with the PIO, I want to welcome all of you. We last met on 5th May when we announced the commencement of the Vande Bharat program. On that occasion also, I had the members of the senior management of the ministry with me. Let me once again, from the extreme right, Shri Rajiv Bansal, Chairman Managing Director of Air India, Shri Arvind Singh, Chairman of the Airports Authority of India, my colleague and Secretary in the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Shri Pradeep Kharola. On my left, Shri Rakesh Asthana, who is the Chief of BCAS, and of course, the PIO. Now, when we announced the Vande Bharat program on 5th May, we met virtually. We met through a VC. And I think the very fact that we are meeting on the 21st in a physical setting, and this is something I'm doing, I think, for the second time the last 2 or 3 days. I attended, rather addressed a similar press conference. I think this is also a reflection of the fact that we have gained more confidence in terms of normalization of the situation and resumption. Under Vande Bharat mission, as we speak, the numbers of our citizens who were stranded and or in distress outside, those coming back is increasing. The latest figure that I have is that we have brought back more than 20,000 of our citizens from various destinations. We have at the same time utilized the outgoing aircraft to carry our citizens who are normally resident abroad and who needed to travel because they have jobs to do, they have got other professional commitments, and they were caught unawares, as it were, prior to the lockdown. Their numbers are less, not because we don't want to carry them, but because our flights to the United States, they're coming chock-a-block full, but they're also going full. But some of the countries from which we are bringing our citizens back, they are at this point of time not allowing foreign nationals to come back. And therefore, some of the people wanting to travel back, they may have permanent visas, they may have other residence permits, but since they are not on the passports of the countries, then there are 6 countries in the Gulf, Middle East, some countries in East Asia also. But the larger point I want to make is that we started somewhat cautiously. In the week between 6th and 13th May, the intention was to bring back about 12,800 or so. That was roughly the idea. We have stuck to those figures, but for the second week, which seamlessly was dovetailed into the first week, we ramped up the numbers, made it more than double. And even as we speak, I know my colleague, the CMD Air India and Secretary Civil Aviation, they are already talking in terms of ramping up the number of people to be brought back. Substantial increase in the number of flights that the Air India family, Air Indian Express will be undertaking. But equally, we have also taken up our private carriers, and I'm very happy about that. They had expressed a desire to participate in the evacuation efforts, and I think it's a tribute to them also that they've stood by us, and they are going to be joining in that effort, which will also enable us to increase the number of flights and ensure that more and more people who are in distress or are stranded outside can come back. But before I move to some other aspects of what we've been doing, I do want to underline that our effort during this Vande Bharat mission was not to bring back everyone who wants to come back. The clear emphasis is on evacuating those of our citizens who are genuinely stranded and in distress abroad. Because if we look at the overall numbers of Indians, I mean, we're a large country, we have a population 1.35 billion, the number of Indians living abroad, both on Indian passports and other, goes into several million. I think more than 25 million according to one estimate. So the idea is not to bring back everyone, only those who are under stress or, who really need to come back. Equally, those of our citizens who have regular jobs outside, which have opened up, they have professional commitments. So the idea is to concentrate on those. But there also the numbers are large and we are increasing the number of flights and our overall carrying capacity. And this Vande Bharat mission, touch wood, so far has gone very well. As I said, flights are coming back full. I want to compliment Air India and all the other stakeholders, our airports, our DGCA, everyone has worked, our missions in particular, Ministry of External Affairs. Because, these are very difficult circumstances. Locating people, identifying who should travel, under what criteria for under priority. These are not easy decisions to make, but it's been doing very well. First phase has given way seamlessly to the second phase and will be increasing as we go along. Another of our activities which was carried out, I think, with great satisfaction to me and to all the other stakeholders, is that after the suspension of flights on 25th March, one of the major initiatives of the ministry, Mission Lifeline Udan, which has now covered more than 5 lakh kilometers, 500,000 kilometers, and under Lifeline Udan, we have carried a cargo load of around 900 tons to various parts of the country. Now, 1 ton is quite a bit, but 900 tons, and if you see what we've carried, essentially covering COVID-19 related reagents, enzymes, medical equipment, testing kits, PPEs, masks, gloves, medicine, and other accessories, and cargo requisition by state and the governments of the Union Territory. The Lifeline Udan flights have received excellent support from all the stakeholders, the state governments and the other stakeholders. Private scheduled operators have also operated cargo flights on a commercial basis. Similarly, on the request of various agencies, Air India has operated chartered flights to bring 1,444 tons of critical medical supplies from abroad, that is, into India. Air India has also carried about 30 tons of critical medical cargo to foreign countries. Now, the point I want to stress under Lifeline Udan is it represents a very important segment of our activity post the lockdown being declared. Because the lockdown was effective, because it was taken early and in a timely manner, we can today say with a great deal of confidence that we have been able to escape the situation which other countries found themselves in. I mean, for a country of India's size, 1.35 billion people, we are testing what, 100,000 people a day? More than that. And the total number of fatalities is about 3,000 or so. Our recovery rate is doing very well. But when you have a situation like this, what you really need to do is not to look at the total number of cases, but to look at the fatalities. And you have to manage those. Now, the fatalities today, the Indian figure is one of the lowest in the world. It is about 3% or so. And since I'm a member of the group of ministers dealing with this pandemic chaired by my senior colleague, Dr. Harshvardhan, I keep asking the question, Secretary Civil Aviation is also a member. I say, out of these 3% of fatalities, how many of them are cases where the patients had pre-existing medical conditions or comorbidities as it's called, and the figure is sometimes termed to be extremely high, 85% or so. So all I'm saying is we have to keep our fingers crossed, but just as it was very important, absolutely essential to have a lockdown early and ensure that the pandemic didn't spread, it is, I think, also equally important at some stage that you have to open up. And I think it's in that spirit that all these decisions are being taken. You could argue, if you were to look at it only from a narrow sectarian point of view, that you should continue to be in a continued phase of lockdown for an extended period of time. Well, I'm one of those, and I think most of you will agree, 56 days or 2 months is a fairly long period of time. And that when you come to balance between, as an Honorable Prime Minister keeps reminding us, between life and livelihood, between Jaan and Jahan, I think the time has come for us to open out. Now, we have been in touch with the state governments at different levels, informally, formally, and I can share with you today that after that we announced yesterday's decision, I think I tweeted it around 5 o'clock or so. Secretary and I were part of a consultative process. When we got to know, we tweeted it. We wanted to have this press conference at the earliest so that those of you who might have questions will get an opportunity. It was also necessary for us to put out SOPs, which have all been uploaded on our ministry's website, I'm told. Although I must confess, many of you were running the SOPs well before we had drafted them or finalized them. But that, I suppose, is a function of a robust democracy, where very often my friends in the Fourth Estate tell me how I should be running my job. I'm very happy receiving the advice, but I always keep saying, I have, some of you are here, I don't want to embarrass you. They send me a message, is this correct? So I said, I can't comment whether this is correct or not correct, because we haven't taken a decision. Now, if it's a very difficult situation. If I say it's not correct, then, it has an implication. If I say it's correct, tomorrow we may come to that conclusion, but we are not ready to announce it. Today we've announced the SOPs. Again, a very comprehensive process which involved our airport operators, Chairman Airports Authority, through him the other major airports, and our air carriers, our airlines. And I know I'm in it's a difficult terrain to navigate, but I can tell you all the stakeholders, whether it's the airlines, the airport authority as an organization, airport operator, the security segments of the civil aviation, Rakesh and his team, or other stakeholders. Some of them don't come in front. Everybody has cooperated, and I think the decision we've taken finally is that starting Monday the 25th, we will recommence domestic civil aviation operations in a calibrated manner. As I said, many of you said, what does calibrated mean and what is the percentage? Some put a figure at 30, some at 35. It's part of the game. But let me try and now put some precision to that. And as I said, the domestic civil aviation operations will be permitted with effect from 25th May to a limited extent of the required and approved capacity of the summer schedule 2020, as I'm going to list out. For operations from metro to metro cities, 1/3 capacity of the approved summer schedule 2020. So approved 1/3 would be more, 33.333%. So most of you had your range correct. Those who said 30% hoga ya 35% hoga. And I kept saying, well, I can point you in the direction. I mean, exact percentage, we'll have to wait for the announcement. For operations from metro to non-metro cities and vice versa, where the weekly departures are greater than 100, 1/3 of the capacity of the approved summer schedule 2020. For operations from metro to non-metro cities and vice versa, where the weekly departures are less than 100, airlines are free to operate any routes of the one-third capacity of the approved summer schedule 2020. For all other cities, airlines are free to operate any routes of the one-third capacity of the approved summer schedule 2020. When I use the word metro cities, this means Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Kolkata. This order, which is being issued today, and the airlines' operations will commence on Monday the 25th. This shall remain in force till 23:59 hours, Indian Standard Time, on 24th August 2020. So this is I will give you all that. I'll give you all that. Let me finish. I'll take questions also. हिंदी में भी बता दूंगा ये जो ऑर्डर है I'll come back to all that, including in Hindi.
Please wait. Everything will be explained to you.
And everything is being uploaded on our website, so there will be no doubt. मैं आपको ये भी जानकारी देना चाहता हूं कि एयरपोर्ट्स अथॉरिटी ने डिटेल्ड गाइडलाइंस और एसओपीज जो है और जो सिक्योरिटी मेजर्स हैं जरूरी, उनके जो प्रोटोकॉल्स बनाए गए हैं, जहां पे हमारे नागरिक रहते हैं वहां से जाके हवाई अड्डे तक, हवाई अड्डे के अंदर, हवाई जहाज के अंदर, और जहां पे पोर्ट ऑफ डिसएम्बार्केशन है वहां से हवाई अड्डे से डेस्टिनेशन. नाउ आई जस्ट वांट टू गिव यू अ फ्लेवर, देन वील टेक द डिटेल्स क्वेश्चन. जैसे मैंने आपसे पहले कहा कि जो डेट ऑफ कमेंसमेंट है सोमवार 25 मई को, 1/3 ऑपरेशंस जारी किए जाएंगे. हवाई अड्डे पे देयर विल बी नो फिजिकल चेक इन, ओनली ए वेब चेक इन विल बी अलाउड. ए सेल्फ डिक्लेरेशन और आरोग्य सेतु ऐप स्टेटस on a compatible device would also be obtained that the passenger is free of COVID-19 symptoms. Passengers जिनका red status हो इस ऐप पे, they will not be allowed to travel. Passengers will be required to wear protective gear, face mask, and to carry sanitizer bottles. Airlines shall not provide meal services on board. Water bottles will be made available in the gallery area or on the seats. The cabin crew will be required to be in full protective gear, full protective suit. Only one check-in bag will be allowed. Passengers should report at least 2 hours before the departure time. On arrival at the destination, the traveling passengers will have to adhere to such health protocols as are prescribed by the destination state or union territories, and fares will be regulated and should be within a fixed range. जैसे मैंने कहा, ये इसकी शुरुआत डोमेस्टिक सिविल एविएशन की 25 मई से होगी, और जैसे हम एक्सपीरियंस गेन करेंगे, the number of flights will sought to be increased. और मुझे मालूम है कि आप में से कई हमारे मित्र हैं जो ये प्रश्न पूछना चाहेंगे. मैं आपके प्रश्न पूछने से पहले ही आपको बता देता हूं. अगर सवाल होगा कि अंतर्राष्ट्रीय इंटरनेशनल ट्रैवल का क्या होगा, जब हमें डोमेस्टिक ट्रैवल में, जैसे मैंने कहा, वी स्टार्टेड विद वंदे भारत, एंड आई केप्ट सेइंग, देखिए हम कुछ लोगों को लाएंगे, 1,00,000 1,50,000 टोटल वंदे भारत, पर डोमेस्टिक ट्रैवल जो है तभी चालू किया जा सकेगा जब हमारी बाकी मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन है रेलवेज. एंड एज यू नो, द रेलवेज कैरी अ मच लार्जर नंबर ऑफ पैसेंजर्स. रेलवेज, अब मैं आपको अपना ही मंत्रालय का उदाहरण दे दूं. एज मिनिस्टर फॉर हाउसिंग एंड अर्बन अफेयर्स, आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दिल्ली मेट्रो. नाउ दिल्ली मेट्रो एट इट्स पीक कैरीज 65 लाख or 6.5 million passengers in a day. You see the load there. If you look at the railways loads, much higher. So we gained some experience through Vande Bharat. Now we are increasing that. Now we are starting domestic civil aviation, initially 1/3. और जो हमारा वहाँ पे अनुभव होगा, based on our, we might need to tweak procedures, then we will go into international travel. एक हमारा declaration form है, that will also be available on our website. It's a very basic declaration form. But I want to now share with you the contours or the outline of the new fare structure. किसी का फोन बज रहा है. Anyway, जो हमारे routes हैं, we have divided them into 7 sections. In section 1 are those routes where the flight duration is less than 40 minutes. In the second section are those routes which would qualify in the next segment of more than 40 minutes, but up to 60 minutes. तीसरे सेगमेंट में जो 60 मिनट से लेके 90 मिनट तक, चौथे में 90 मिनट से लेके 120 मिनट तक, मतलब जहां पे फ्लाइट ड्यूरेशन 1.5 घंटे से 2 घंटे की होगी. In the fifth one, from 2 hours to 2.5 hours, 120 से 150 मिनट तक. छठे सेक्शन में 150 मिनट से लेके, जैसे 2.5 घंटे से लेके 3 घंटे तक, 150 to 180. And in the final section, 180 minutes to 210 minutes. That is 3 hours to 3.5 hours. And I think all the routes within the country, no matter which point you start from and whichever the point of destination is, they come within these 6. Now, under the pre-COVID system, what happened is that airlines, and I've got everybody here, but maybe Arun's not here, no? Arun's here. Okay, good. I mean, look, पहले सिस्टम ये था कि एयर कैरियर अपनी वेबसाइट पर अपना रेंज जो है, आके बैठ जाओ, आई थिंक यू शुड बी हियर, जो रेंज है, अरुण इज आवर डायरेक्टर जनरल सिविल एविएशन, प्लीज वेलकम. सो अपना जो फेयर स्ट्रक्चर है उसको वो अपनी वेबसाइट पे डाल देते थे. मान लीजिए मुंबई से, दिल्ली से मुंबई फेयर हो, मिनिमम कितना होगा और मैक्सिमम कितना होगा. एंड देन दे यूज्ड टू फॉलो ए स्कीम वेयर बाय अगर आप 60 दिन पहले बुकिंग करें, मान लीजिए एपेक्स फेयर लें, तो आपको सस्ते बकेट में, अगर सस्ता बकेट एक बार एग्जॉस्ट हो गया तो डिपेंडिंग ऑन कितनी डिमांड है बिफोर द फ्लाइट और कितनी सीट्स बाकी हैं, इट वुड गो इनटू अ मार्केट डिटरमिन्ड टिकटिंग. देखिए, इन द नॉर्मल सिचुएशन पहले भी उसकी कंप्लेंट्स आती थी, पर हम लोग इंटरफेयर नहीं करते थे. हमने कहा दिस इज अ मार्केट, फोर्सेज आर ऑपरेटिंग हियर. पर उसमें होता क्या था, कुछ सीटें जो है बहुत महंगी बिकती थी अगर उनकी वेबसाइट के अंदर, बहुत महंगी, और कुछ है बहुत सस्ती बिकती थी. सो आई हैव गॉट एक्सट्रीम एग्जांपल्स. एज लॉन्ग एज इट वाज विद इन दैट, if you don't prescribe a minimum, sometimes we found that the fare being charged on the Delhi-Mumbai, I'm only mentioning that as an example, as an illustrative example. And they have been sold for as little as what, 1,100 rupees, Delhi-Mumbai, as a promotional fare or whatever. Or kuch other extreme. So what we have decided is, we have studied this, we have looked at corresponding rail fares. And देखिए, हमारा अंडरलाइन ऑब्जेक्टिव इन चीजों में यह है शुरू से, दैट एयर ट्रैवल शुड बिकम अफोर्डेबल. It should be within the means of all our citizens to be travel increasingly by air. We are today already, we were prior to the COVID crisis or pandemic, we were already, I think, the world's 3rd largest domestic civil aviation market. और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है that after this crisis is over, we will get the sector back into robust growth and we will be the world's 3rd largest domestic, world 3rd largest market per se, and our ambition is to take it to gradually to number 1 position. What were the fares? Over the years, fares have been, either through competitive, where you have a large number of competing entities. Some of them are low-cost carriers and therefore they're competing. But I think we have set a very realistic figure, both in terms of the lower and this thing, because affordability is one criteria. Equally, we are conscious of the fact that airlines operate on thin margins, that their business models are based on high capital costs, and they have high costs because of aviation turbine fuel. We're trying to deal with all those things. So what we've done is to set a minimum fare and a maximum fare. In the case of Delhi-Mumbai, the minimum fare would be 3,500 rupees for a journey which is between 90 minutes and 120 minutes, and the maximum fare would be 10,000 rupees. This is operative for 3 months, that is till 1 minute to midnight on 24th August. Jaise maine kaha, this whole scheme is there. But within the band also, and this will apply to all fares, but this will be the formula used, we have some other, how would I put it, qualifiers. अब ऐसे है कि अब मैं आपके साथ शेयर कर सकता हूँ. मान लीजिए हम कहते हैं कि मैक्सिमम फेयर नहीं होना चाहिए 10-12 हज़ार से ऊपर. अगर सिर्फ हम वो स्टिपुलेट करते, then there is all possibility, अगर बहुत डिमांड आएगी तो सिर्फ 10-12 हज़ार ही फेयर रहेगा. बिकॉज अगर मैक्सिमम का सीलिंग का मतलब ये है, अगर आप प्रिस्क्राइब नहीं करें, अगर मिनिमम नहीं हो, then it is possible that only 10-12,000 that would have meant going above there. So I will request Secretary Civil Aviation to explain how we propose to operationalize this and any other points that he wishes to make, because after all, he has been sitting long hours with the airport authority, with the security people, with the tour operators, and we are going to talk to our tour operators again, also with the airlines. So I now hand the floor over to him. He will provide some explanation, and after that, we'll probably take questions.
Thank you, sir. I'll just explain how the fare structure has been done. As just now Honorable Minister said that the lower band and upper band has been fixed, and we have categorized all the routes into 7 different categories, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And each is on an increment of 30 minutes of flying time. So for an example, if we take Delhi-Mumbai, now this is the densest route we have in the country, and Delhi-Mumbai happens to be the densest route, maybe perhaps in the world also. Now, in this, the lowest fare which has been prescribed is 3,500, and the upper limit is fixed at 10,000 rupees. Now, how it works is, airlines have a system of RBDs, which we also called buckets. So this fare band is split into different buckets, and then the airlines allot seats in different buckets. Now, if we just say lower is 3.5 and upper is 10,000, it may create a problem that they may sell the entire thing at the highest fare also. So we are putting a second rider. The second rider is, and that's the most important part of is, that 40% of the seats have to be sold at a fare less than the midpoint of the band. I'll repeat. 40%, मतलब जितनी भी सीटें हैं उसका 40%, अगर हम अपर बैंड और लोअर बैंड का मिड पॉइंट लें, उदाहरण के लिए 3,500 और 10,000, इसका मिड पॉइंट बनता है लगभग 6,700. तो हम बोल रहे हैं कि 40% जितनी भी सीटें हैं उनको 6,700 से कम में बेचनी है. Now this is how we are ensuring that the fares don't go out of control also. At the same time, we are ensuring that the fares are reasonable for the airlines also. So it was a very difficult situation reconciling the two very difficult options. So with this formulation, and this is a temporary formulation, only during the period when there is scarcity. Now scarcity in the sense that, as was just mentioned by Honorable Minister, we are starting with only 1/3 capacity. With 1/3 capacity, and there is huge amount of pent-up demand for the last 2 months. So the fares had to be regulated, and this is the mechanism we have brought, and we have divided all the routes into this ABCD category, and all this information will be shared by DGCA with all the airlines. So the airlines will do their reservation programming according to these figures. And let me clarify, these figures are excluding that PSF. PSF is small amount of 130 rupees. And then we have the UDF. UDF also is very small at the airports. And of course, the GST. GST comes to about 5%. So this is the fare structure which the airlines will have to follow.
Thank you very much. I know that there was a lot of interest in fares. I was also very interested. Many of you had already started talking about fare fixation, as it were. Look, this is not fare fixation in the commonly understood thing. We are dealing with an extraordinary situation where, let me tell you, on the Bombay-Delhi sector, we used to have 100 flights a day. I'm going by example, for instance. Now, you don't have 100 flights. You're going to have only 30 flights or 33 flights. Now, if you have that kind of a demand and you don't fix something, it is entirely conceivable. I'm not saying it would have happened. It's entirely conceivable that fares would have skyrocketed and remained very high. Therefore, we are trying to meet the situation. I am confident that based on our experience, based on the airline's experience, based on consumer feedback, once we exit from this 3-month period, we can either return to status quo ante, which is a situation prevailing prior to COVID, or, we can have a market-based system which is equitable. But in a situation like this, where there is less, 1/3 of the thing, and it will open up only slowly depending on how, the other infrastructure in the country. I'm going to confine myself with that. I'm told the premises are required.
Cyclone briefing at 4 o'clock, sir. We can have 10-15 minutes, sir.
So we can, what we would do is we can take, I think, about a half an hour or so of question and answer, a little less.
Little less, sir.
Little less.
Yeah.
Good.
32.
I will request, the PIO to please conduct this and tell us which question, please. And then maybe we can.
32.
Please identify yourself and then ask the question.
सर मैं रविकांत हूँ एबीपी न्यूज से। रविकांत हूँ सर एबीपी न्यूज से।
Yeah, go ahead.
सर जो सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग होगी उसमें बीच में सीटें छोड़ा जाएगा या नहीं छोड़ा जाएगा? अगर नहीं छोड़ा जाएगा तो कैसे सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग हो पाएगी?
Okay. Let me answer that question straight away. I thought that maybe I've answered the question on so many occasions in the last few days that it would be clear, but let me repeat it. देखिए, अगर आप बीच वाली सीट को खाली भी रखते हैं तो सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग के जो रिक्वायरमेंट दैट्स नॉट मेट. So nowhere in the world is the option of keeping the middle seat vacant an option which anybody has seriously pursued. और आपको ये भी जानकारी देना चाहता हूं कि ये प्रश्न उठा था जब हमने वंदे भारत की उड़ान शुरू की थी. उस समय भी कुछ लोगों ने फेक न्यूज़ लगाया कि एयर इंडिया जो है वो 3 गुना भाड़ा ले रही है और मिडिल सीट खाली नहीं रख रही है, और पता लगा वो हमारी फ्लाइट ही नहीं थी. और आई कैन से विद सेंस ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दिस सिस्टम विच वी हैव फॉलोड ऑफ द मिडिल सीट नॉट बीइंग केप्ट वेकेंट हैज वर्कड, नॉट बिकॉज of any other reason. We take other corresponding preventive measures. We disinfect the aircraft after each flight. We test the passengers through thermal screening before they board. They wear masks. The crews wear protective gears. So it is complete, or whatever precaution can be taken will be taken. But if you were to leave the middle seat vacant, जो आपकी aircraft की economics है, fare structure की, as I said, ये airlines के लिए अगर 33% वो आप निकाल दें उसमें से कर दें तो airlines would not be able to operate. It will be passed on to the consumer. So the world over, this is not an option which has been pursued. We ourselves have, as I said, in Vande Bharat, we are running full loads of passengers, and we keep our fingers crossed, and we hope and pray that everything goes on. So far, it's all right, but it stands to reason that the people who will travel in the domestic sector will be people who take a conscious decision that they are fit to travel, that they will be tested in terms of basic symptoms, and that as we proceed from there, we'll have to see what our experience is. But so far, the answer is that no, we don't plan to leave the mid-seat vacant.
13, ANI Ashok.
सर जैसा हम लोगों ने देखा अभी वंदे भारत मिशन के तहत जो फ्लाइट ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं उसमें सभी क्रू को क्वारंटीन भी किया जा रहा है 6 डेज के लिए मिनिमम, और क्या हम जब शुरू करेंगे तो जितने भी क्रू होंगे उनको क्वारंटीन के लिए सजेस्ट करेंगे या उनको किया जाएगा? और दूसरी बात, क्या सर जो बॉर्डर्स हमारे सील हुए हैं जैसे नोएडा और गुड़गांव, ये खोले जाएंगे क्योंकि कई ऐसे फ्लायर्स हैं जो कि इस बॉर्डर की वजह से परेशान हैं?
देखिए, मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा जो एयर इंडिया के हमारे CMD हैं वो अपना एक्सपीरियंस बताएं जो वंदे भारत फ्लाइट्स के साथ हुआ है। पर मैं सिर्फ एक चीज़ कहना चाहूँगा, देखिए जब आप इतने बड़े स्केल पे हम कोई एक नई एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन करते हैं थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं। अब जैसे दिल्ली से शिकागो किसी का टिकट है पर गुड़गांव बॉर्डर, वी ट्राई टू सॉल्व दैट प्रॉब्लम और बाय एंड लार्ज हम कोऑपरेट कर पाए हैं। नोएडा की अथॉरिटीज़ के साथ भी कुछ क्वारंटीन के इश्यूज हुए हैं, बट आई लेट राजीव आंसर द क्वेश्चन।
In Vande Bharat, we have carried about 20,000 passengers already, as was said by the Honorable Minister. We have provided to our passengers gloves, we have provided to them face masks, we have provided to them a shield, a visor to all the passengers. Our cabin crew wears full hazmat suits, so and the service, the beverage and food service is rather limited. These are large, long international flights, long duration flights, and that's why the quarantine requirement was perhaps more stringent. The domestic flights are short haul flights, and hence I think this requirement is not there.
33 India News, Rakesh Singh. Yeah, just please. दे दियो।
उन्होंने जवाब दिया है because you had long haul flights, therefore there was a quarantine requirements prior to, later, etc. But since these are short haul flights, तो उसकी requirement हमें अभी लगता है नहीं होगी।
पुरी साहब, राकेश कुमार सिंह, इंडिया न्यूज़ से सामने। सर देश की जनता ये जानना चाहती है कि टिल व्हाट टाइम फुल ऑपरेशन विल बी रिस्टोर्ड, और दूसरा प्रश्न जो कि महत्वपूर्ण प्रश्न है कि 3 दिन पहले तक गृह मंत्रालय ने कहा था कि इस मंथ के आखिर तक जो है डोमेस्टिक फ्लाइट शुरू करना मुश्किल होगा। आखिरकार क्या ऐसा कारण रहा जिसको सरकार को जो है अपने माइंड चेंज करना पड़ा?
जब आप कहते हैं देश की जनता जानना चाहती है, मुझे वो याद आता है द नेशन वांट्स टू नो। सो बट ऐसा है कि आप पता नहीं MHA की क्या स्टेटमेंट को कोट करें, आप मेरी स्टेटमेंट्स देख लीजिए। कम से कम पिछले 10 दिन पहले मैंने ये कहा था कि हमारे जो एयरपोर्ट्स हैं, हमारी एयरपोर्ट्स अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया है, हमारी एयरलाइंस जो हैं, दे आर ऑल रेडी टू रिज्यूम ऑपरेशंस। फिर 2-3 दिन पहले मैंने एक वेबिनार के दौरान मैंने कहा बट द डिसीजन टू ओपन डज नॉट रेस्ट विद द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ सिविल एविएशन अलोन, कि हम चर्चा कर रहे हैं बाकियों के साथ, वी आर टॉकिंग टू द अदर स्टेक होल्डर। जो लॉकडाउन था वो 30 मई तक था, तो उन्होंने वो किया कि अभी 30 मई तक लॉकडाउन है, पर उसके दौरान हमें रेलवे देखिए डिसीजंस आर नेवर इजी एंड एनीथिंग यू डू ड्यूरिंग कोविड हैज ए डाउन साइड। If you had not done the lockdown, the spread of the virus would have been, I think everybody agrees, exponentially higher. अगर आपने, अच्छा आप देखिए हमारा इतिहास शुरू से, we were the first country to stop flights from China. हमने फरवरी के दौरान we had started testing incoming passengers. By the time we had a lockdown, I think we had tested something like 15 lakh passengers overall in 30 of our airports which receive international traffic. So we took those steps. Now, I had suggested that we were ready about a week or 10 days ago. But then the feeling was कि अभी रेलवे की operations शुरू करने के साथ साथ, first they are doing much larger numbers, the railways. अब उनकी श्रमिक ट्रेन्स हैं, बाकी ट्रेन्स हैं, पहले let's absorb that, get a little experience, and then we'll come in. So we waited. Yesterday the decision was taking, not immediately. कल 20 तारीख थी, 5 दिन बाद हम कर देंगे। भाई जब 25 से हो या 27 से हो या 18 तारीख से होता है, there are always some issues, I wouldn't call them a downside, but certain factors you have to take on board when you start an operation. I think 25th is right. Everybody seems to have a comfort level आई एम नॉट सेइंग एवरीबडी इज 100% कंफर्टेबल. मेरे कई बहुत सीनियर लोग हैं चीफ मिनिस्टर स्टेट्स के. आई वाज टॉकिंग टू देम लास्ट इवनिंग, बट आई थिंक बाय एंड लार्ज आई एम होपिंग एवरीबडी नाउ अप्रिशिएट्स. भाई कभी ना कभी तो करना ही आपको चालू. अब कितने महीने बंद रखोगे? हम 2 महीने हो गए. Now the balance between life and livelihood, we've been able to ensure some safeguards in there. We now need to move on this thing. So my answer is, I think there's no contradiction anywhere. मैंने शुरू में ये भी कहा था, आपको याद होगा, मैंने कहा to have contact only between green zones is not feasible. Because why? Because the zone is green today and it may turn out to be orange tomorrow, or an orange may become red or see. So what we are doing is अभी पूरी नहीं शुरू कर रहे हैं, 1/3 कर रहे हैं. दूसरा आपको साथ कितनी जल्दी होगा इस पे मैं नहीं पोजीशन लूंगा. आई थिंक यू विल एग्री, हमें 25 तारीख को जब शुरुआत होगी 4-5 दिन इसको चलने देंगे, देखेंगे कैसी अब्जॉर्प्शन हो रही है, क्या समस्याएं आ रही हैं, क्या ऐसी नई कोई डेवलपमेंट्स हो जिनको हमें एड्रेस करना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद करेंगे. और अगर हमें कंफर्ट लेवल हुआ तो हम एकदम फिर 10% 15% करते करते इसको जल्दी कर देंगे. बट I think it would be premature for, if you don't mind, you're asking the question, and even more inappropriate for me to foreshadow what we are going to do without having the experience.
राकेश जी, मैं एक लाइन थोड़ा क्लियर कर दूं. गृह मंत्रालय का जो ऑर्डर है, दी अथॉरिटीज विच इशू दिस ऑर्डर आर कॉम्पिटेंट टू रिवाइज एंड रिव्यू. तो गृह मंत्रालय ने ही ये फेज्ड मैनर में रिलैक्सेशन दी है.
अमेंडमेंट कर दी उन्होंने.
नंबर 9.
So here, Polemy from India Today, sir. One clarification, you gave us the schedule, the 1/3 capacity of the summer schedule, metro to metro, metro to non-metro, etc. And then you said this is operational till the midnight of 23rd of August. Is that how it's going to stay, 1/3 for till the 23rd of August?
No.
That clarification. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. The 1/3 is the commencement point.
Commencement
point. This overall order of this COVID-related issue, including that fare band system which I said, that is till 11:59 at night on the 24th. Yeah.
So also, you mentioned just a couple of days ago before you announced the commencement of domestic operations about federalism, cooperative federalism, and how state governments need to be on board. When you came to this decision of 1/3 capacity of the summer schedule, was it depending on state governments who have shown their willingness to have these passengers come into their cities?
No, I'm very happy that you are reminding me of things I said. I was in an interactive session with one of your colleagues, and she asked me ki competitive federalism. So मैंने कहा, one of my jobs is to also contribute to a narrative. So I said, I never use the word competitive federalism. I always think we are in a stage of cooperative federalism. That's what I meant. देखिए ऐसा है, even within a state government, there are always people who say, nahi. I mean, I can tell you my own system. I'm a member of a GOM, which has largely health ministry people. Left to them, they would keep a country under lockdown for a long period of time. I mean, I don't want to misquote them. Because you say, when I used to say initially, कि भाई जब हमने शुरू किया था ये बाहर से लोगों को लाना है, many of them said, इसका तो अभी सोचिए ही नहीं. Because that's correct. That's what it is. That's normal functioning in government. But when we speak to the state government, some of the state governments will say, हाँ आने दीजिए. Some said कि अभी नहीं, थोड़ा रोक के. You see, in a federal structure which is cooperative, the central government doesn't direct the states what to do, not in absolute terms. Equally, the states don't tell the center what to do. We have the discussion, then you reach a point where somebody has to assume responsibility, say, सबकी बात सुन ली है, अब थोड़ा थोड़ा शुरू कर दो. That's the spirit.
40.
But it will start with 1/3, and I said, when it will become 50% or 60%, I can't say as yet. I would base it on our actual experience on the ground.
Yes,
Sir, Girish from Mint. Sir, in the announcement of the economic stimulus package and the reform measures by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, it was mentioned that 12 other airports will be has been identified for privatization. Could you please give some more details on those, sir?
Yeah, what I will do is, in fact, we have already, I think, issued a press statement on the 6 airports, but I'll request Arvind to give details. देखिए पहले 6 हुए थे जो 3 ऑपरेशनलाइज कर दिए हैं, बाकी 3 पे भी we are going to finalize it, and the next 6, and let him give you the details. Arvind, aap.
The Airports Authority of India conducted a bid for privatization of 6 airports last year, out of which 3 have already been awarded and we have signed concession agreements. These are the airports at Lucknow, Ahmedabad and Trichy. Of the remaining 3, which is at Guwahati and Thiruvananthapuram and Jaipur, there were some issues with some airports, there was some litigation, but now the empowered group of secretaries within the government has taken a decision, as there is no judicial stay in the matter, that we are proceeding ahead with awarding those remaining 3 airports also. Now, after that takes care of the 6 that were bid out last year. After that, the Airports Authority of India board decided to privatize a further 6 number of airports, which include Varanasi, Amritsar, Indore, Bhubaneswar, Raipur, and there's one more airport in the south, which I'll give you the name and details later. So of these 6, the proposal has been approved by the Ministry of Civil Aviation, and a cabinet note has been prepared, and it is under consideration of the government to decide and go ahead with the privatization of these 6 airports. So once the decision is taken, then we'll come out with bids for the privatization of these 6 airports that I mentioned.
36.
Can I just add, I'm very happy with the comprehensive answer that Chairman has given. But you know, when you are dealing with a situation like this, and you use the word stimulus package, it's both a stimulus package with a lot of measures taken which will help kickstart the economy after this crisis. But there are also some long pending reform issues. And this is a good opportunity for us to get that done. Now, this talk about a 6 airport has been around for a while, but we've utilized the current situation to push it through. It's been approved by the Cabinet Secretary. It's been recommended by the Empowered Committee. Cabinet Secretary's group has approved it. Now we're going to the Cabinet, and I think it's only a matter of days when we will have all the requisite approvals, and we intend to do the bidding and other things quickly. Because, look, I'm also Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs, and at the point I keep repeating, we need to be able to spend our way out of this crisis, construction activity, more economic activity. That's a better way of dealing with the situation, because once economic activity is fully revived, we'll be better equipped to deal with the current situation.
152. Oh, sorry. Yeah, please continue.
Hi, sir. Ashwini Bhatnagar from the Hindu Business Line. 2 quick questions. So, firstly, if the airlines find this proposal of 3,500 and 10,000 unviable to operate, will they be given the option of not operating?
Why is it that I always think questions like this come from you, my friend? Do you think we've not been talking to the airlines? Let me.
So, what has been their response, sir? Are they open to the idea?
Well, let me tell you, if I were an airline operator, I would happily say कि नहीं जो ऊपर वाला बैंड है ना थोड़ा ऊपर कर दो, समझे ना? और नीचे वाले को भी ऊपर कर दो, या somebody will just नीचे कर दो. अरे भाई ये तो चलता है. This is part of our business. Now this issue of opting out, I am not aware of anybody wanting to opt out, and I'd be very surprised. देखिए ऐसा इस समय ये है कि हमारे पास we have enough resources, etc. Okay.
No, sir. Is the calculation of the government that even at these fares, the airlines will be in a position to make money? Because earlier there were airlines which had larger aircraft which they felt lost less money by staying on the ground than they did.
Let me just spare you of your anxiety. We would not make a recommendation if you didn't have any doubt on it. Have you ever come across an authority which makes a recommendation which it thinks is not doable? We have considered this very carefully. And we are clear, we have to draw a balance between the requirements of the consumer and the viability of airline. This is very much fits the viability of airlines.
Okay, and so...
No, I think enough now. Into 2 questions. No, please just wait.
Last question.
No, 152. There are so many people, why? Just wait.
हरदीप सर, कुमार कुंदन बोल रहा हूँ इस तरफ से यहाँ पे. अब सर पूरी दुनिया में तेल की कीमतें जो है काफ़ी कम हो रही है. आपको तेल की कीमत जो है वो काफ़ी कम हो रही है. क्या इसका असर विमान परिचालन के ऊपर जी हम लोग देखेंगे कि एयर फेयर भी जो उससे कम हो?
देखिए, मैं तो जब से मुझे सिविल एविएशन मंत्रालय का काम माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने दिया, पहले दिन से मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये जो हमारे एयरलाइंस की ऑपरेटिंग कॉस्ट उसमें इसमें से 30-35% एविएशन टर्बाइन फ्यूल के कारण होती है। तो हमारे तरफ से तो कभी कभी कमी रही नहीं इस चीज़ को परस्यू करने के लिए। और मैं सोचता हूँ कि अब तेल का दाम इतना गिर रहा है जिसमें एयरलाइंस को फाइनली फ़ायदा होगा। हम तो ये भी कहते आ रहे हैं कि जो टैक्सेशन स्ट्रक्चर है और बाकी चीज़ें हैं वो भी हमें रैशनलाइज करना चाहिए। तो देखिए, कई हमने कदम उठाए पिछले कुछ हफ्तों में। अभी हवाई अड्डों की प्राइवेटाइजेशन की बात हुई जो चेयरमैन साहब ने बताया, पर उसके अलावा डोमेस्टिक एयर स्पेस मैनेजमेंट। आपको पता है कि फॉर एवरी फ्लाइट समटाइम्स 25-30% ऑफ अ डिटूर इज टेकन बिकॉज द स्पेस इज नॉट अवेलेबल टू सिविल एविएशन ट्रैफिक। उससे बचत होगी। देन देर आर अदर थिंग्स वी हैव गॉन एंड डन। अब MROs का एक बहुत बड़ा ये कदम है। वो कैसे हुआ? क्योंकि हम GST रेट्स को कम किया। क्योंकि अगर वही GST रेट्स रहते तो इट वॉज नॉट प्रॉफिटेबल, इट्स नॉट वायबल फॉर द एयरलाइंस टू बी एबल टू have the work done here. It may cheaper to fly your aircraft up to or your engine up to Singapore and get it. हमने कई कदम उठाए, but it would not be correct for me to say कि as civil aviation minister I think सारे कदम हो गए। नहीं, this is an ongoing process. Secretary and I keep discussing with our counterparts in the government, finance ministry, Niti Aayog. They are in touch with the stakeholders. तो हमारी ये कोशिश जाहिर रहेगी कि that as we go along we do more and more to look at the overall viability of the sector as such, overall sector.
20.
अनुराग ढांडा, न्यूज 18 इंडिया से। सर, ऑन योर लेफ्ट सर, क्वारंटीन को लेकर सर, फ्लायर्स के क्वारंटीन को लेकर क्या स्टेट्स के साथ कोई डिस्कशन आप लोगों का हुआ? किसी सहमति पे आप लोग पहुंचे या वो सेंटर का या आप लोगों का डिसीजन था?
देखिए, the whole purpose of discussions is to be able to make an assessment कि उनको क्या उनकी एंग्जाइटीज हैं। जब देखिए, ये एयरलाइन नंबर ऑफ पीपल कमिंग बहुत कम है कंपेयर टू असली जो एंग्जाइटी थी उनके कि रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट, रेलवे, बिकॉज जिस नंबर्स में लोग रेलवे से ट्रैवल करें, तो जब हमें लगा कि इनको थोड़ा समय चाहिए रेलवे के उसको डील करने के लिए, दैट्स व्हाई वी आल्सो स्लो डाउन। और मेनी ऑफ दीज लेट्स से असेसमेंट्स वी वर बेसिंग आवरसेल्व्स ऑन द बोथ फॉर्मल डिस्कशंस between the Honorable Prime Minister and the Honorable Chief Ministers of the state. मेरी जो discussions होती हैं मेरे अपने counterparts के साथ state governments में, हमारे कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी साहब चीफ सेक्रेटरी से बात करते हैं, हमारे सेक्रेटरी साहब करते हैं। सो वी नो दैट, सो वी वर क्लियर कि भाई थोड़ा इसको डिले कर दें, थोड़ा कम कर दें, एक्सेट्रा। सो दिस स्पिरिट हैज बीन टेकन इन दैट डिसीजन, इन दैट स्पिरिट। इसमें अगर आप कहें कि एनी वन कैन हैव अ वीटो ऑन द ओवरऑल से, तो वो होगा नहीं। तब तक कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म में गाड़ी चलेगी नहीं, आगे तो रुकी रहेगी, डिसीजन मेकिंग नहीं होगी। बट आई थिंक इट इज मूव्ड स्मूथली एंड आई होप दैट एज वी गो अलोंग अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम्स हुई तो वील एडजस्ट इट।
32.
Sir, I have two questions. One,
please identify yourself.
Sir, I'm Jagriti.
No, normally I can identify most of you, but with a face mask on, I'm even
Sir,
at a
Please ask only one question because
Sir.
we have another press conference
Sir,
and
I'll keep it
others are
very
also in the queue. Only one question.
One question is on Arogya Setu app. Sir, is it mandatory or not mandatory? Because while at the time of check-in, it says that you can also produce a self-declaration form. When you enter the terminal, you are supposed to have the app, or you will be escorted to a counter where you can download the app. This is what the guidelines say. And the second question is, whose responsibility is it to find out about the quarantine at the destination? Will an airline tell me about that? Or
देखिए, can I answer the question in terms of my simple understanding? जहां तक आरोग्य सेतु का ऐप का सवाल है, अगर आपके पास आरोग्य सेतु ऐप है और उसको आप दिखाती हैं और उसमें आता है यू आर सेफ ग्रीन, जैसे वी ऑल कैरी दिस, देन यू हैव नो इश्यू, यू गो हेड। पर मान लीजिए अब आपके पास आरोग्य सेतु ऐप नहीं है, या आपके पास जो फोन इंस्ट्रूमेंट है उसमें आरोग्य सेतु की कंपैटिबिलिटी नहीं है फॉर वट एवर रीजन, उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि you will be deprived of there. Then you will follow a different procedure. You give a self-declaration or you go and get a thermal check. Secondly, I don't know why we are making such a fuss on this quarantine issue. Why? This is domestic travel. The same laws apply here which they apply if you're traveling by bus or by train. हाँ, अगर कहीं लगा किसी को कि कहीं से आ रहे हैं, that State Department, surely the people who are positive cases will not be boarding the transport means at the point of embarkation. Like similarly for the other. फिर भी कुछ asymptomatic cases आ जाते हैं. जैसे हमने जब flights चालू की थी under Vande Bharat, I clearly remember we were sitting and said, भाई अभी तक कुछ नहीं हुआ, एक दिन 2 केस आए, अगले दिन थोड़े आए, but we deal with the situation. Because if you have 1 or 2 cases, you have a risk. You can't stop the whole operation. Similarly, I think quarantine will be dealt with in a pragmatic manner. मुझसे कल किसी ने सवाल पूछा एक ऐसी आपकी जैसे इंटरैक्शन पे, भाई आपकी ये 14 दिन होगा, तो मतलब मैंने कहा क्या होगा, मैं यहाँ से केरला जाऊंगा और वहाँ 14 दिन क्वारंटीन होऊंगा, फिर वापस आऊंगा, दोबारा होऊंगा 14 घंटे. दैट्स नॉट प्रैक्टिकल. और कुछ एक सवाल था सीनियर सिटीजन्स पे, आपने नहीं पूछा अभी ना, नहीं मैंने किसी और ने पूछा था. आई हैप्पी टू क्लैरिफाई दैट आल्सो.
50.
So I'm Madhav from Times Now. Sir, even as you're ramping up operations for Vande Bharat, is there an estimation of how long this entire operation would go on? Is it in weeks? Is it in months? Because there are a huge number of Indians involved who are abroad. That is question number one. My second question is that there is a mention in today's SOP that passengers must divest themselves of all metallic objects. How is that different from the current SOP? Because this has huge religious and cultural significance. And lastly, the damage caused to aircraft in Kolkata.
You are adding third one also.
Just very briefly, sir. Damage to aircraft in Kolkata airport. Couldn't that have been avoided, sir? Because the damage to aircraft due to waterlogging in Kolkata airport, is there an estimation of that? And could not that have been avoided?
We are having the extra press release now, press conference, cyclone के बारे में.
देखिए ऐसा है, आपने 3 सवाल पूछे बड़े जल्दी में, तीनों मेरे को समझ आ गए, but I think I'm not the person to answer all 3. पहला वाला जो आपका सवाल था, which was on वंदे भारत, देखिए the working basis was कि जो हमारे embassies, consulates हैं अलग अलग देशों में जहाँ पे भारतीय हमारे नागरिकों की जनसंख्या काफ़ी है, उनका एस्टिमेट जब हमने उसको टैली किया विदेश मंत्रालय के अंदर, तो विदेश मंत्रालय का व्यू था कि इट इज़ लाइकली दैट द total number of people who may have to be evacuated would be around 1.9 lakhs. That was a working figure. Now I want to qualify this. Working figure में ऐसा है, मैंने सवाल उठाया था, मैंने कहा जिन्होंने अप्लाई किया है क्या उनको ये जानकारी है कि जब वो भारत लौटेंगे तो उनको 14 दिन का क्वारंटीन होगा. तो कुछ लोग were discouraged by that. Some people said let us watch the situation. So I think today we are hoping by the end of the month, Rajiv, to bring back about 50,000 people by the end of the month. We started with the first phase of 12,800. Second phase, we doubled it, 30 plus kiya. But as we are speaking, we've added 48 more countries, I find. And we are now really increasing it. अच्छा, अगर हम महीने के आखिर तक 50,000 हमारे नागरिकों को ले आते हैं वापस, टोटल, तो ये मैं समझता हूं अब प्राइवेट सेक्टर इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू जॉइन इन. आवर प्राइवेट कैरियर्स हैव ऑल्सो वेरी काइंडली ऑफर्ड एंड वी आर टेकिंग देम अप ऑन द ऑफर. उनकी भी सहायता लेंगे. तो ये कब तक चलेगा? बट यू नो वन थिंग लीड्स टू अनदर. Maybe you don't have to bring all 1.9 lakh people back. Maybe the situation improves. Equally, after a certain point of time, international civil aviation may commence also. But as I said, I don't think it's correct for me to be taking positions on that. That's why when I'm answering the question, I'm doing it in terms of a context. Abhi hum isko badhaenge because the people who claim or say who are under stress or are stranded is quite high. And in fact, if you've done 50,000, that's only 25% of what you were originally set out to do. दूसरा ये जो सवाल है SOPs का metal, I'll request Arun आप इसका जवाब देंगे.
So can you repeat the question?
Oh no, sorry.
Metallic objects on board being carried, and passengers divesting themselves of that in the current SOP, how is it different from the past SOP?
Yeah, true. It's same.
For the present scenario, we have issued a very detailed guidelines to the airport security group to follow the security protocols. Since we are avoiding the pat-down search, we are asking the passengers to divest all their metallic objects, put it in a tray, pass it through the screener, and even if after doing that, the DFMD gives a beep, only then passenger will be subjected to pat-down search. That is the protocol. Thank you.
Last question, 37.
Last question, no, 1 minute, 1 minute. There was another query about damage to some aircraft in Calcutta. I think the correct facts CMD will give you.
So, in the storm, there has been some flooding of the hangars. Some of our aircraft, 2 of our aircraft were also parked in Calcutta. The aircraft are not damaged. There is some damage to the hangar. There was a small aircraft, a private aircraft which was parked in the hangar, which has been damaged.
I think next press conference by NDRF as well as IMD. So all these things we can address there. Last question of 37.
Sam, Saurabh Sinha from Times of India. 2 questions on people who already booked tickets. Since you are telling airlines what to do, how to take this process forward, will there be some cap on fresh bookings and accommodating those who are holding credit shells?
Well, I'll tell you something. I'm not surprised that this whole issue of refunds has stopped coming up with the same vehemence. I'll tell you something that Air India did, and I'll request Rajiv to tell you what happened, for instance, on the international sector. Because some people had tickets which were paid for, but which could not be availed, and then these evacuation flights started. So Rajiv, explain what happened, and I'm sure we'll be similarly pragmatic here.
Well, on the international sector, when we did the evacuation flights, we found that there were several passengers who were holding tickets. Some were holding one-way tickets, some were holding two-way tickets. So we gave them a credit for the ticket that they held. And to make things simple, for example, for a ticket to US, an economy class ticket was priced at 1 lakh rupees. We gave him a credit of about 50,000 rupees. So we gave him a credit of half that value. And they paid the balance for the ticket before traveling.
Sir, question तो और भी ज़्यादा है. Please, we have a press conference. It has been explained, madam. No, I think these things we can discuss. We can discuss separately.
Madam, I will have one of my colleagues speak to you in detail and explain it to you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, friends. Next press conference we are starting in 5 minutes. Cyclones. Sir, cyclones.